And we're going to cover Route 1 in Finglas. We're after turning right out of the test centre onto Jamestown Road. When you're coming out of the test centre, just follow the driving examiner's instructions. We're going to take the next road to the left, so you check your centre and left mirror and indicate to your left. Slow down, select gear 2. Make sure you check your mirrors again to make sure there's no cyclists coming up on your left. It's quite a narrow entrance. Clancy Avenue now. We're going to drive down to the T-junction, the end of the road, and we're going to go to our right to McKee Road. So on approach, checking your mirrors and signalling, slowing down. On approach, selecting gear 2. Slip it up to gear 1 if your view is obstructed. Come out carefully. Taking the second road to the left. So on approach, centre and left mirror, left indicator. Selecting gear 2. Look into the road before you enter it, and ensure you do extra mirror checks to make sure there's nothing coming up on your inside, as in a cyclist usually. So we're in Finglas Park now. We're going to take the next road to the right. So again on approach, checking your centre and right mirror in particular, indicating right. Going back to gear 2. This will take us into Ballyhall Avenue. Look into the junction before you turn in and you'll see if there's any obstructions there. Passing parked cars here, look in your centre and right mirror to ease out. Slow about gradually and look in your centre and left mirror to ease back to your side of the road. So approaching the next junction, we're going to be going straight across, and you can see it's a stop sign at the junction here. So you must come to a complete stop when you reach the stop line. Use your handbrake if you're going to be waiting for a little while due to traffic. Straight across the junction. This takes us into Collins Drive. So some of the ramps are quite high. So if you're coming to high ramps, you'll need gear 2. If they're smooth and not high, gear 3 will be okay. I'm going down to the T-junction. I'm going to go to my left at the T-junction. So centre and left mirror and approach, signalling left. There's no signage here, so out with caution nonetheless, so you have quite a good view to the right and left. So we're going to go down and take the next road to the right, into School Road. On approach, centre and right mirror and right indicator. Take a look into the junction before you turn in. That will help you not to cut the junction when you're turning in. It can also help you to see if there's any hazards there before you turn in. So there's a bit of distance between the ramps, then make sure you go up and down the gears as appropriate. junction I'm going to go to my left. So centre and left mirror and left indicator. Again, very clear view each way. And when I reach the little roundabout up ahead, the mini roundabout, we're going to be going straight ahead. So the ramp quite close, so we'll be coming to gear 2 here. At the next roundabout, I'm going to go to my right. So on approach, checking your mirrors, centre and right in particular, slowing down in gear 2, making sure there's nothing coming from your right, and you need to work your steering promptly to exit off the roundabout. So this takes us onto Griffith Road. We're going to follow the road to the left here. This takes us in towards Talca Estate. So coming up here to the truck, just look in your mirrors and ease out. At the next junction we're going to go to our left. So centre and left mirror and left indicator. Make sure you position your car well at the junction, following the line of the curve over to the stop line. At the next junction I'm going to go to my left. So you could be asked to go left or right here, so we're going left. So mirrors and signal to the left, and again positioning your car well. I'm just going to follow the road to the right here. And at the next junction I'm going to go to my left. So centre and left mirror and left indicator. So I'm going up to the next junction, and I'm going to turn to my right. So we're back on Griffith Road here now. To the little roundabout, and when I reach the roundabout I'm going to go to my left. So, centre and left mirror and left indicator. Sure you look out for pedestrians and give way to traffic on your right. straight ahead at the next roundabout. Mirrors and signal takes it off. So there's various types and styles of ramps on the road. So you approach them with traffic, you know, the way cars can be parked. You have to look at the way cars are parked and decide on the correct approach. Now, when we reach the traffic lights here, we're going to be going straight on at the junction. We'll go straight on here, it'll take us into Junction Road. So when you're doing your driving test, be mindful of the speed limit signs. If you come into a slow zone, for example 30k, make sure you see it. And there can be variations on the day if you have roadworks, and it's the special speed limit signs for roadworks, you must comply with them. So we're in Junction Road now. Going to take the next road to the right. So, checking our mirrors, centre and right in particular, indicating to the right. Look into the road before you enter it. Taking the next road to the right, so our mirrors here and signalling, slowing down, selecting gear 2, look into the road before you go in, and this was going to take you into a Finglas park. So again, this car's parked a bit higgledy-piggledy, so make sure you do the relevant mirror checks to ease in and ease out. Be asked to reverse around the corner at the next junction here, so you could be asked to put in beforehand, but we're going to just go past the junction and pull over to the left. So for your reverse around the corner then, it's all about your observations and your clutch control, so you have a full look around before you move. Your main focus, look out your back window because that's your direction of travel. Have a look in your side mirror to make sure you don't clip the curb, and glancing to the right. So good all-round observations. And if somebody comes along, you must give way. So that means you stop, and if you stop for somebody, you must take a full look around again before you move. Now it's all about, as I say, your key things in it are your observations, clutch control, giving right of way to another road user, and accurate use of the steering, so not missing your point of turn. Now when you be finished then, you could be asked to move away, and we're going to move away and turn to our right, turn left at the junction. So do the correct observations moving off, and your blind spot checks and signalling. And then go up to the junction, Grove Road, turn left. So when you go left, you could be asked to take the immediate right into Grove Wood, and you may be asked to do a turnabout in there. So we're just going to go over on the left hand side and do a turnabout in the road here. Now the key ingredients with the turnabout are as well good all-round observations, accurate use of the steering, using clutch control for the whole exercise, and using up the available road space. So again, before you move off, make sure you check your blind spots, signalling, indicate, and if it's safe, move the car slowly and steer promptly to the right. So get up close to the curve. When you get to the far side, handbrake if you think you'll roll. Have a good look around. Your first part is to look out your back window for the first part of the reverse, and as you're getting close to the far side, turn your head and see where the curve is, get up reasonably close to it and come to a stop. So using the road space is important. Before you move away from this part, look to your left and then look to your direction of travel. That'll be the most important thing. So after the turnabout, you're going to come down to the junction and turn left down up this road again. So we're going back up the way we came. We're going to drive down to the T junction and go to our right. So centre and right, mirror and right indicator. Back to the junction at the Key Road, and we're going right here. We're going to go up to the junction here at Sycamore Road, and we're going to go to our left. So the next T junction we're going left. So centre and left, mirror and left indicator. It's a complete stop here at this junction. So when it's clear and safe, you move out. Check well, always at a junction before you move out. And your last observation should be to look to your direction of travel. That's always the most important observation, is to look where you're going. So we're going to drive up to the traffic lights, and we're going to go to our left onto the Jamestown Road. So again, centre and left, we're indicating, slowing down, take correct observations, and look into the road you're entering here. Now that concludes Route 1 in Finglas. So from here you just follow the driving tester's instructions into the test centre.